So I have a question, and it's a little more technical, but I love when I'm watching shows, a thing like this. I want to like hopefully learn a thing or two, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff that you have to teach people about how to run a card store well. Because I think I've been to a lot of card stores, and yours is just about one of the best run card stores.
Thank you.
So walk us through for like briefly, like how have you guys set up the store so that you're able to not only sell product in the physical bricks and mortar, but also at shows and online, and so that you can like sort of manage it all. Can you tell us a little bit about the process? I know you a little bit about how you like set up your Shopify and how you have gone about.
We're not using any big secrets there. It's just we use Shopify, which is an unbelievable e-commerce solution for any kind of retail store for sure. I have nothing to do with them, so I just pitch them for no reason. But they're pretty awesome. I mean, so we inventory everything that's $11 and up. So, I mean, generally it's only $15 and up. Anything that's under $15, we just put it in a $10 bargain bin, and anything lower just doesn't get inventoried. But we set up our walk-in experience where the first showcase you'll see is like Philly stuff. And then as you walk down the line, you go all the way down to the end of our display counter, has our super high-end new releases, and then every day or at the end of every week, we move it down one showcase. And by the time we get to the other side, it's either being moved to like a consignment or it's being moved to somewhere else just to free up space for new product. We want to have constant overflow.
That's cool, yeah.
So, and then generally the same way. I mean,
and when you see inventory, you're actually like putting them into the Shopify, putting a barcode on every.
Yeah. So I mean, a customer comes in and sells me this for $100. And I pull out everything that is more than $10 or $15, it gets inventoried in our back end on a CSV file. We push it through to Shopify. We take scans of front and backs of the photos. It has an associated SKU number. If it's a slab, it already has a associated number to it. And then we price it, and we put our cost association, and we sticker it, and we put it out.
Yeah, I mean, it might seem like straightforward, but I think like for a lot of stores, like I don't think very rare.
I don't think a lot of people do that.
I think most stores don't even, frankly, know what they've got. Right.
I mean,
ton of cards, ton of singles, but very little visibility.
I mean, a year and a half ago, that was generally what I was doing. I had a great employee that worked for us, and he pushed to do this. Right. So he made me want to inventory everything, have a better understanding of okay, so I have this much value, and this is what we need to sell, and we could see our profits and daily profits.
So not a trivial effort, right? So looking back on that, I'd love to know, now that you hopefully you've had enough time for it to kind of the whole process to kind of settle in. Was the juice worth the squeeze? Is the effort to do all that? I think
if you want to run a proper business, I think you have to do that. Yeah. I don't see why anyone should just go buy a collection and put a price sticker, those guns, the price guns, and just put it on your showcase. How do you know how much money you had into that card? Mm-hmm. You'll never know. You're going to forget. You're not going to remember everything.
Yep.
Right. I think if you want to run a successful business and see growth, and business is not just about hey, I made money on this card. It's also about what is your company valued at? What is your worth? Can you get capital funding? Can you do stuff like that so that you can do bigger and better things? And that's super important.
Do you use your inventory to ever I don't know, because you have it all inventoried, right? Are you able to actually use that for whatever
funding and stuff?
Yeah, for funding, insurance, whatnot.
Shopify is amazing. I mean, they offer us funding just based on our sales. They take out percentages on daily sales for repayment. So that's I'm telling you, Shopify is amazing.
And you use it on the shows too, right? So somebody goes and buys a card at the show.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got the barcoding. You're basically checking them out right
through
the
Shopify.
Shopify.
We're the only people at shows that is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Everyone's all right, I want to go to the next table. Mm-hmm. I'm can you give me a minute? I just got to scan this out, right? Unfortunately, we have to take it out of inventory because we've had scenarios where we sell at a show, we don't take it out, we go back to the store, somebody ordered it online and it doesn't exist.
Yep.
And then we gotta.
I think that's wicked cool because I'm sure that happens for everybody else. If you're trying to sell on eBay and you bring that same card to a show, you're potentially opening a quagmire.
We have these point of sale little devices that we can bring with us. Mm-hmm. Granted, a lot of these places, the internet is kind of pretty poor, so it doesn't always work, but it does work offline. But we could run into some issues. But it was pretty reassuring and a pat on my back that I made a good decision by using Shopify. I went and took a huge store. I mean, it's huge to me. Allbirds, the shoe store. You guys heard of that? Mm-hmm. So they're using the same thing. They're using the same thing when I bought shoes at it's a big retailer,
Why did you pick Shopify over all the other like Square or some of the other options? I
just thought Shopify was affordable. Like you have like a free solution that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like a good point of sale that you can use your own devices. And this is all phone apps and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to use.